Hi y'all, this is Pam at Pink Dragonfly Wings, and I am going to do my second try at doing a tag for Luise Henzl's 20,000 subscriber challenge for the tag. I don't know if that made any sense, but I want to get this done so I can get it at least copied and mailed to her. I think April 1st is the deadline, so I've been so busy trying to get caught up in other things that I haven't had time to do this. So this will be my take. She gave us 2 pages of precious little cutouts to use. We can use these plus anything in our stash that we choose to use. So we're going to give it a whirl. The first thing that I did, this is the tag, and this is part of your freebie things, and so we're all using this tag. Now, the first thing that I did, because I'm using gesso and lots of glue and all that kind of stuff, I glued the tag to a piece of heavier weight watercolor paper, so it'll give a little more substance, a little more strength. So that's all I've done. I'm going to cut these off here. I want a very narrow edge because I want the tag to be the main focus. So I want just a very narrow border around it, just to mainly kind of set off the tag itself. So here we go, and I tried this a while ago, and I used thin gesso or light gesso or whatever. Not very productive. So we're going to try using this hard molding paste this time and see how this works. So I don't know. We'll see how it works. But my vision is to start with this clock up here at the very top. And I want to put a little, like a tab up here for something. I haven't figured out what I'm going to use the tab for. Maybe this little thing will become our tab. I'm not sure. But I want this, I want to tear this like Luise did in hers. But I don't want to do it just like hers. So, I want these circle things on this, and I really wanted to use this one, but I'm just not real sure if that is going to work. So, I don't know. What I may do is this time, I just want the circle things. I don't really want the straighter part here. So what I may do is, let's see if we put a piece of washi tape right there to kind of work as a blocker, and do the same down here on the bottom. I'm really putting it on the stencil, not necessarily anything else, and then I'm going to tear that off when I get done, if it works. So we'll see how that does. See how that works this time. So we're going to get a little bit of our harder stuff here. And we're going to put this on here. And if anybody has any pointers on how to use this gesso stuff and make it look nice and not icky, please advise. I am not an artist. I have never worked with these kinds of mediums before. And so everything that I learn is really by trial and error, mostly error. And so let's see. That did turn out much better than the way it turned out with the light stuff. So I like that. That's going to work just fine. So let me get my baby wipe here and put a little water on it because it's kind of drying out. And go ahead and wipe this off of here. I know gesso can be difficult if you don't get it off right quick. So maybe it doesn't even take right quick, because that does not seem to be coming off terribly easily. So I may have to put it in the water and let it soak a little bit, but I can do that. But I got most of it off. So I'm going to put that over there and put it out of our way. Go ahead and dry this and see how that's going to work. It may take a little longer to dry since it's thick. I don't know. We'll see. Okay. A while ago when I was working, I got gesso on my clock. So we have gesso on our clock. I just want to see how that's going to look, and I'm kind of liking that. So that's going to do what I want it to do. Now, this one that I used has, it's called, let's see, rustic rivets, I think. Rusted rivets. And this is the small one. They have a bigger one. But I want to put a few of these on here because Luise gave us some of these little screw top things, and I thought that might pull those together. So let's put a little bit of that on here. I'll get some more of this. Just get it off of the lid. I definitely like the texture of this thicker stuff here better than I did that lightweight stuff. I don't know. We'll see what we see. I'm sorry that I am not talking. I am concentrating here. And it's hard to talk and concentrate at the same time. So I think that's enough. Let's pull it up. Oh, that's much better than before. Much better. So I'm liking this thicker stuff. I'm liking it a lot better. Let's put this lid back on here because there's still a lot of good gesso on there to be used. I don't want to throw that away. Wipe this off a little bit and get some of the big pieces. Big pieces. I don't know that gesso comes in pieces, but we can get a little bit of it off so that it won't be quite so hard to clean later. Get that done. Okay, and then we'll put it over here and I'll take it upstairs and wash it really good later. Okay, let's dry this, see what we got. add a little texture to this. It's looking really nice. And like I said, I really like this thicker stuff a lot better. Okay. I'm going to take my knife here because I did go over just a little bit here on these, on the cardstock. And it's not that I mind it being on the cardstock, I just don't want it hanging off of the cardstock and look like little, I don't know, boogers or something. Sorry for the reference to boogers. You have to understand, I live in a house with 2 boys, and we are fascinated with boogers and things. So, but there we go. That cleaned that up a little bit, ever so nicely. All right, so we're going to put a little coffee on here, and I have my coffee in a spray bottle, but for this, I'm going to use my little brush here, and we'll see. Might should have probably shaken that up a little bit. The coffee may have kind of settled to the bottom. So let's shake it up a little bit. And this is actually coffee that we had left over from coffee one morning. And I put a few drops of Vintage Photo Distress ink in it, and a few drops of black soot. So I want to highlight these white areas that we have, but I don't want to paint. So let's just, love these little lines that get in here and give it a little extra dimension. So I like that. Okay. So let's leave that. Clean that off a little bit. Put this back on here so I don't get wild and crazy in a minute and turn it over. I know that I've never done that before, so we'll dry this off a little bit and see what kind of effects we get, and then we'll proceed forth with putting our other things on here. I like that. The black ink and that coffee is kind of blending with the colors in the tag, so I like that. I think that's going to be really pretty. Got a little hot there. Stayed in one place too long. So, okay. Let's see what else we have. I know we're gonna put our little doobie dobby up here. That'll be cool. But I kind of want to do that last. Well, let's see here. Let's get this little tag, because this will make a cute little tab, and we'll just fold it in half. Let's put it on here. I want to put that on there like that. And then I'm going to, let's see, our clock sits straight up at noon. So we're going to tear it just a little bit, ink around the edges. We want our clock to be old. Like I said, when I did the first one, I got a little gesso on here. But rather than clean it off, I just left it. So I thought, well, we'll add a little texture to our clock. Okay, I'll put that on there. And then I want this to stick behind here. I thought that was the coolest look when I saw Luise do it. And so that's what I want to do. And put that right there. Let's see if we can center it up a little bit. And center up our little tag a little bit. I like that. I like that. Okay, so what I'm going to do is put a little glue here on the corner of this. And first, I'm going to have to find my little pen again. Here it is. And one of these days when I become rich and famous, so don't hold your breath, I'm going to invent one of these things that does not clog. So I'm going to put this about right here. And this about like that. So I'm going to put a little glue right here just to hold this clock on. And then, while it's still wet enough, I can position this. Oh, that didn't work. So let's do it like that. And put a little ink back here. And a little ink back here. Now, I'm not going to put a lot of ink back here on this clock because I may want to tuck some things under there, and I want it to be able to be raised a little bit. Come on, baby. Let's straighten it up, make it even. There we go. Then when we fold that down, that'll be about right. Okay, so we'll go ahead and glue this little part of the tag down to our clock so that it stays. And I have just ever so slightly little bit of glue on here. So I think that I'm going to put a little bit more on here. Let it dry, and then we'll ink it and see how that works. All right, so we have a clock. We have some other things over here that are really cool. I love our little fairy. She is absolutely awesome, and I want to put her in here somewhere. But we need to get some of these other issues, some of these other things down. And let's see. My printer printed this one with a straight edge, and I thought about reprinting it, and then I thought, no, I think I'll just leave it and put it on the edge, and we'll do that. And put it right there. Now, it's kind of of sideways, but that's okay. They don't all have to be pointing in the same direction. We may use that one in a minute. Might use that one for a tag. I like this little piece right here, and it's made with looks like corrugated cardboard. So I'm going to fold it like not even and straight, but fold it up like this. Add a little extra texture to it. And so we have a little extra here. Now, these little rivets here, these little screw things, let's put one of these in our clock. I think that will look cute. And I want our rivet to match the direction of our numbers, so we can kind of see. There we go. Let's get some glue, some ink. Ink around this, and then I'm going to fold it back up and ink the tops of these little accordion things. We'll ink them on that side. Probably don't need to ink them on that side, but we don't want it to be jealous. So that came out really cool. I like that. I'm going to put this top one on the top. And let's see if we like that. Love these flowers. They were something else to cut out, but they are awesome. Let's see about this one down here. That one's a little straighter. We can pull him in and maybe put him up here on our clock. Oh, we've got our leaf turned over. He's barely hanging on with the thread anyway. And put that one with our leaf hanging out. Now we have some little letters, and maybe one of those would look really. And kind of rough it up a little bit. And ink it. Put this one right down here in our little pocket. So this is going to need to hang just on the edge of this. So I'm going to glue these together. Because I want this to still stand up. I want it dimensional. So over here it can be flat, but here it's just going to touch on the peaks. I don't want to flatten the peaks out. So we'll just leave it kind of like that. Put that a little bit down. this one down just a little bit. Okay. Make that straight. Now then, let's get our glue. And this last little piece over here, we can glue him completely down. He's going to stick off of the edge just a little bit, but that's okay. Come over here. Actually, I put that on the wrong spot. And then we'll put a little bit right there. We'll glue this edge one over here down. There we go. There we go. Okay. So, there we go. We've got our little pocket down at the bottom. Okay, I'm not ready to put those on there yet. Maybe I am. Maybe I just glued them down. Excuse me, I have the hiccups a little bit. Okay, we'll pull him out. And we can put him back in there when it comes time to work on that. All right, let's see what else we have. We have quite a few little butterflies. We have some rivets. Let's put that one right there. Put him right there. So we have a little bit of, and we can take one of these little rivets, one of the little ones, and put it in the center. There. Okay. And I really like this little piece here. I don't quite know what to do with this, but I like that. I like it to hang over a little bit. And I think maybe a little piece of some kind of lace. I need a long piece. Well, that's not very big, but that might work. That would work right there. We could make this another little pocket and put, let's see, that one's going to be our tag. And do another one. Let's see. Let's get all of our pieces up here so we know what we're dealing with. Let's get that over there so that will sit flat. I'm going to fold this up and scrunch it and make it folded and folded and folded. Add some texture to this little guy. I like that better. So let's put a little ink around the edges. still am not sure that I'm happy with this particular piece of lace. Maybe it needs to be a longer piece. I wonder what about this one. No, that's certainly longer. And that matches the color a little better. I like that. I like that better. Okay. So let's cut a little piece of that. Let's see if we can rough it up a little bit so that it's not quite so pristine. Could just tear that off. Put that over there. I like that little edge that it did. If I can get the rest of this off of here. Turn that around. Put that edge on there. Okay. I like that. Oh, don't need that. Let's put the lid on it though. Let's get a little bit of Fabri-Tac since we're going to glue this lace down. We don't need a whole lot because we don't want it to ookie-gobby all over everywhere. Actually, I think I like that side better. Just to go this way, ever so slightly. And then we'll put this. I want this little nubbin to stick out right to the edge of the card. So I want to do, I've edged it, but I want to do a little bit of kind of dirtying it up a little bit. And then we'll we'll put this right into that. Now we do have another letter that could actually fit right there, and then we could just tear that off. Yeah. And tear this around. Okay. So let's ink around this. And this is another little letter. We want to put that right there. Okay. So let's put a little glue on the back of it. And put it right down in there. Have it come even with that little nubbin. Okay. So we're doing all the good, all the good, all the good. Now then, I like this little piece here. Another butterfly. Now, another little rivet. But there it is. Now I have another little piece there. Okay, let's get back in here. Let me get a sip of, whew. I guess that wasn't really a sip. It was really more of a gulp. I like this little thing here. So I think I'm going to tear this. Cut that out. I probably should have left some edging on it so it wouldn't be quite so hard. There we go. And how did you get way over there? Okay, let's put our little, this looks to me like a flashcard. And since I'm a former teacher, that kind of hit my fancy there. I'm not sure where we're going to put that, but we will put it somewhere because I like it. Okay, we're going to have our tag. I was going to ink up these little pieces of glue that I put on here and provide a little extra texture that's kind of cool looking. Alrighty, so I want to take a look at these flowers. Because I need to decide where my little fairy is going to go. I got to hold that leaf on until I get finished. It's barely hanging on with a little nubbin. Let's put this one in front. Okay. Now that will work right there. Kind of push that down a little bit. Let's put her more in the center, and I love the butterflies. So let's see if we can make her some fairy wings. I love this butterfly. How would it look if we do both sets of wings? Okay, let's try that. I actually kind of like that. And let her sit right like that. I really like that. Okay. So, I am going to ink the flowers just a little bit, but not quite as much as I usually do because I want the flowers to be the focus. So I'm just going to kind of brown up the edges ever so slightly. Cover up some of the areas, the white paper that I didn't get off when I cut. We'll put some glue on here. And put this want that leaf on the outside. There we go. And then does kind of stick over a little bit, but that's okay. I don't care about that, but I would like to maybe get the extra glue off of the back of it beforehand. And that will work. And then I think I wanted this one to fall behind this one. And then we'll put this one down here. Okay. Hang on, leaf. We're almost there. We are almost there. You gotta hang with, oh, and I just tore it off. I can just glue him right back on. So we will do that. Let's get this stem down in here. I kind of like that a little bit lower anyway. And then maybe inch up our little leaf here. And put him back in here. Let's make you go that direction so we can put our little leaf right there like that. How cute! How cute, cute, cute. Okay, I am going to put a little glue back here. I want him to be in the front. Kind of cradling that. And we'll put just a daubing of glue right there. Are we still doing okay, I think? Put this one a little flatter because we definitely want him in the background. Okay. We want to put our little leaf here. Right in the center of that. Let's crinkle it just a little bit more. I sit in this chair kind of funny, and when I lean forward so much, my back just doesn't want to. No, we don't want you to go that far. We want you to go right there. Okay. Let's put a little glue right there. Little glue right there, and hold that down so that that leaf is sticking up. I like that. Okay, we have one more little flower here. I am going to cut that little stem off because he's behind the pocket. And we'll put this one right here. Let's ink it up just a little bit, just to kind of, like I said, take some of those edges off. We don't want to tear off our little leaf because he is important to us. But we're going to leave him down flat. May have to cut this stem off a little bit too so I can put it where I want it. And I want that to kind of lean over. So I'm closing up my little pocket. I had intended to use this piece back here as a pocket, but it's turning out to be more of just a decoration. And that's okay. that is quite okay. Put that down. Put our little leaf down. Okay. Like that. Let's throw these little nubbins away. We won't need those. And now, most importantly, where are we going to put you, cutie pie? Maybe right there? Yeah, we don't want you. You could kind of look like you're sitting on this little little shelf. Okay, let's see how we go here. Now this back one, I cut out by the lines. This one I fussy cut so it has a little white border around it, but I'm going to ink that border up, and it will give our little wings a little dimension. I'm not going to worry about the antenna. I did the best I could to cut them all out, but for this particular project, we're not going to need them anyway. So I am going to put those, just put a little glue right here, and put those together. And then we want to ink up our little fairy, because we can't have everything else inked up, and her not. Isn't she precious? I wonder if this little guy came from one of Luise's digital kits, because I know she has some with some strange little critters in there that is just adorable. I have not bought it yet, but I do have it in my cart. And she kind of has that kind of look about her, so she may be, but her eyes are just awesome. So we're going to put her, we're going to have to cut those off because they're going to stick out around her head, and I don't want that to happen because we need her wings to fit about right there. Oh my gosh, she's precious. Okay, so let me put some glue back here on her, and we'll decide, put her little, I think she needs to sit straight. Yeah, I think she's going to need to sit like that, and I think that'll be cool. Put some more glue on her. And we'll put her right down here. Let's pull her up just a little bit so we can see that crease and see our nubbin over here. Okay, put that down. Okay, now we have some more nubbins. We have some more butterflies. We have a little word thing here. And I want to put this on here. She gave us a big one and a little one. They're the same, but that one's a little too big for my tag. So I'm going to put this up here. And see if I can put that behind there. And I like that. we have our letter that we wanted to use for a little tag. So I guess this is a tag with a tag. That works. Okay. So that could slide right down in there. I don't really like that. It's too big. Wonder if we can cut this down just a little bit on all the sides and see if it will work a little better. Okay. Yeah, that'll work a lot better. Okay, so that's what we're going to do. We're going to put this down right here behind our sunflower. Put our tag. We'll need to ink it again because I cut all of the inked edge off. And we'll put that right down. Let's put it this way and have it right down in there. Now then we have these butterflies. And we can never let a butterfly go to waste. So let's put this down here so that it looks kind of like a fence. And then I'm going to do the centers of these little circles. I don't know if we were supposed to cut those out or not, but I did. So we're going to put that right there. And we're going to glue it on the side and glue it on the bottom. Sorry, probably was out of camera view. And line that up right there. No, up. There we go. Have that. And then we can put a little butterfly right here. Where did I put my little, yes, I need this little flashcard. That could go right there. How about a little piece of lace behind that? Okay, little piece. Rough it up a little bit. And then we can put that right there. We don't want it to interfere with our pocket, our tag coming in and out. So we don't want to glue up there. So we will only glue on the bottom. And I'll need this. Okay. Well, well. We can actually glue this little flashcard directly down on the lace. And then the lace is what we don't want. stick completely. So we'll put that right there. And that kind of is my salute to my teaching career. And let's see. Here's another little butterfly. And we can put him under here. But we need to ink him. He has way, way, way too much white. Put a little. And we'll put him down behind the fence and behind the fairy. So she has a little fairy thing there. And how about this little one on her hat? I like that idea. We'll put it on her hat. Okay. And we're just going to lay him down flat. Put his back wing under her hat. Like that. And we've got another butterfly, and another butterfly, and a letter. Okay, this is a huge one of these, and it would cover up part of the fence. I kind of like that there. Wonder how, afraid it would be too big, but that would work like that. And let's see, that's not gonna work. These are my favorites. They just look like little spiders. And since we didn't make that into a pocket, that will work. So let's just glue him right down there. Put this on here. Just don't fold up our little legs. Wonder how he'd look right there. I like that idea even better, actually. So let's put him right like that. And we can put this guy and another butterfly right there. This needs to stick right there. That probably wasn't a good idea to leave that leaf hanging out there because it's pretty fragile and it may get knocked off. But it's way too late for that. So we'll just have to be careful with it. And then one there, and one right there. And we'll ink these up just a little bit. And we'll glue on it. I think we'll make, since all of these others have been in the plus direction, let's make these in the X direction. Kind of challenge us to, whoops, I think I glued it to my finger. Okay. Then we still have this and this, but I just think, how about if we put one of these on the corner of that? That would work. And we'll just put some glue right like that. And just a little bit over on the back. We don't want that, so let's wipe that off. And then for our little tag, you can kind of set like that. One butterfly. Let's see. What about this button? Sorry, Luise, but I don't really like the button. So, I love these little things, though. So, I'm going to put this one down here. Let's ink it. And put that one right there. And let's glue the back of our little tag down here, or our little pull tab. And put that, glue that down. And I think then I will ink up the back of this, ink up some of these flowers. I could put some Mod Podge on this little leaf later, kind of strengthen it a little bit so it doesn't come off. There we go. Looking better. I think. What about this little clock and that little butterfly on the back? There we go. All right, so we're going to ink this up. And where's 12? There's one, so there's 12. We could put this little piece down here. Okay, I like that. So we're going to put this on here. And put a little butterfly here. And we want to be sure and glue down his little antenna, because we don't want them getting pulled up and torn off. And so we'll put that like probably should have stuck this down first, shouldn't I have? Okay, and then we'll put this little butterfly with that little part of his wings. Okay. Now, I like that. That's cute. That is just very cute. Okay, so we used everything. We might put some little rhinestones on his little eyes, but I'll do that off camera. So, but there's our tag, and we used everything but these 5 little pieces. So we did awesome. Luise, I hope you like it, enjoy it, and I'm anxious for the next time. So, bye-bye, thank you, and we'll see you next time.